And hello. Today we are talking with Stacie Kemp, who is Sinnissippi Centers' brand new Chief Operating Officer. She's had a promotion, and that's the subject of this video. So first, we want to congratulate you. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you, and I appreciate that.
Thanks. So let's get right into it. Tell us a little bit about your new title and position and responsibilities.
Sure. So, in my previous role at Sinnissippi, I had been responsible for the overall clinical operations of the organization, and I have been doing that work over the last 5 years since I started in that role. With my new responsibilities and my new role, I will be responsible for overall operations day to day throughout the entire organization. So, not only does that include our clinical operations, but it also includes many areas of our support functions, a lot of the behind the scenes work that helps things run smoothly in the day to day, the clerical staff that helps greet folks and schedule appointments. So a lot of in addition to the clinical work, a lot of the behind the scenes work that helps things run smoothly.
So it almost sounds like you are the president and CEO, correct? No, that's not exactly what it is. We have a president and CEO as well. So how does that work together?
Yes,
What is your role and Patrick Phelan's role, let's say?
So together, Patrick and I will continue to focus on strategic goals for the organization. We'll continue to focus on growth and continued opportunities. It does provide some additional capacity for Patrick to focus on some kind of outward-facing responsibilities and allows me to focus really on the internal operations in the day-to-day.
That's awesome. Also, so in your position and working with Patrick, what is your vision for the future of the agency? Sinnissippi is always an agency that's forward looking, and we're always trying to, well, move toward the future, I guess, is for lack of a better term.
Yes.
Anyway, let me let you answer the question.
Yes, thank you. So it's really a time of innovation and growth. The last several years, we've experienced some significant growth in our programmatic areas, which has really resulted in the need for this additional administrative level position. As a result of our growth in our programmatic areas, we've increased staff significantly as well in order to meet those needs of those programs and those additional contracts. So while we obviously want to continue to focus on providing quality and responsive services in many of our core areas that date back to the origins of Sinnissippi, outpatient mental health services, outpatient substance use services, our psychiatric services. There are so many funding opportunities right now that allow us to be more creative and more progressive in what we're doing for our communities. So providing more community-based services, providing more school-based services has been a big area of focus for us. Providing more intensive services for individuals who have not been successful in traditional outpatient services, so meeting people where they're at, and also providing more peer services, so employing and being able to provide services from those with lived experience, those people who can relate to individuals coming in for services and can help support them through that process. So there's a lot of opportunity as we move forward. We'll continue to focus on our core services and what we have done historically, but there's a lot of opportunities to meet people in new ways and to be more progressive and to meet them where they're at, both physically and emotionally.
Yeah, that's fantastic. One final question. You started with Sinnissippi, and then you came back after a period of time, and so you've got that longer perspective, even though you haven't been at the agency that entire time. What are you most proud of at Sinnissippi, if I may ask that question?
Sure. Yeah, I did start at Sinnissippi, and it was my first professional job out of grad school, so that dates back a while. And then I came back, as we talked about earlier, in the Chief Clinical Officer position. And what I'm most proud of, what I always tell our new staff when they come on board in their orientation is I'm really proud of how responsive we are to our community needs. There aren't a lot of resources in our small area of the state, in our corner of the state, and we know that people oftentimes look to us, whether that's community members themselves or our partners, our community partners, they look to us to meet the needs of our communities because there aren't a lot of other opportunities, especially outside of traditional office-based services. There aren't a lot of other opportunities for community-based services. And so I'm really proud of the fact that when there is a need identified, that we're able to be creative and work with our community partners on meeting those gaps. A couple of our most recent accomplishments that speak to that, a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, we opened our men's recovery home here in Dixon, and that was a result of the community speaking out and saying, folks are going away to treatment for substance use disorders, and they're coming back, and they're residing in the same living environments with the same triggers. And so That was really in response to an identified community need. And then as soon as we opened it, I think we'd been open for about 3 days, people started asking about a women's home. So it takes a little bit of time to open programs of that size, but um, earlier this month, so in July, we opened our women's home in Amboy. So I'm just really proud of the fact that we're able to be responsive and that we are able to meet our community needs, because there aren't a lot of other resources. And the other area is our staff. It's not easy work. It's not work that everyone is cut out to do, and it's in particular it's not an easy time right now for our staff. But we have some really dedicated staff, driven. Everyone always works together to make things happen, and that's really been apparent over the last 4.5 months as we've responded to our community. Our community and our clients need us more than ever. It's a difficult time for everyone, and it's a difficult time for our staff as well, but people have risen to the challenge and been able to provide services in creative ways over the last 4.5 months, and for that I'm proud.
Yeah, I got to say, as the marketing coordinator in many of the news releases and news stories I've done, and all of the communications that I've done for the agency, it seems like challenge is probably the word I've used the most. The agency faces so many challenges, but I don't know that we've ever faced a challenge as an agency and as a community uh, like we have now. So it has been amazing to see our staff and our clients who've accepted the way that we're having to do business uh, get through those challenges. It really has been amazing.
Yeah. It
Well,
really is a testament to the dedication and hard work of our staff.
absolutely. Well, congratulations on the new position and the promotion, and I know great things are in store for Sinnissippi Centers, and the ultimate beneficiary of that, of course, are the people that we serve. So that's all good news, and so congratulations and thanks for joining us.
Great. Thanks, Andy.